Mr. Chairman, this amendment would create a deficit-neutral reserve fund to fully audit the Department of Defense and the outrageous cost overruns and crack down on the massive amount of fraud perpetrated by defense contractors. As everybody in this room knows, we spend approximately $600 billion a year on the Defense Department, and yet the DOD is the only major agency of government not to come forward with an audit. In 2001, interestingly, one day before 9/11, Secretary of Defense Don Rumsfeld said that the Pentagon could not account for some $2.3 trillion in transactions. And yet, 14 years later, the Pentagon is still not audit ready. Further, Mr. Chairman, according to a recent GAO analysis, the Pentagon's $1.4 trillion acquisition portfolio suffers from over $457 billion in cost growth, which are cost overruns above original contractor estimates. And what I think everybody in this room knows is on military system, weapon system after weapon system, there are huge cost overruns. Furthermore, there has been a lot of fraud associated with the defense contracting industry. Frankly, virtually every major defense contractor in this country has paid hundreds of millions of dollars in fines and related settlements for fraud and misconduct over the past 20 years. So where we are right now is we have the largest agency of the federal government, the DOD, some $600 billion bucks, huge cost overruns, unable to audit this very complicated agency. I think it's time for an audit, and I would ask bipartisan support for this amendment.
Actually, there are audits that are being done, and this amendment is in line with the initiatives laid out by the Bipartisan Views and Estimates letter from the Senate Armed Services Committee. So all agencies, including one the size of DOD, need to be committed to greater efficiency and reform. One of the things I did getting ready for the budget was to get a copy of one of the later versions of how federal budgeting is supposed to happen. And I think we have some things to clean up in our own yard as well. But I haven't seen the kind of financial statements that the government said that they're putting out. So we've got a lot of room to make some improvements in this area. Senator Ayotte.
I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor. I've sponsored legislation to do this in the last 3 Congresses, so I commend the senator from Vermont for offering it. Thank you.
Thank you. Without objection, Senator Johnson.
And I want to be added as a co-sponsor, too.
Senator Grassley. Yeah.
Yes, let me also add my name as a co-sponsor. We've held hearings on this, and it's amazing to me the Defense Department, they won't undergo an audit. They're still trying to, they're going through a process to show that they can, qualify to do an audit. And I said, just do the audit. Walmart is over $400 billion large. They go through an audit every year. This is eminently possible. This is a good amendment, and I think you struck your tone of bipartisanship here, Senator Sanders.
We'll start going through the amendments on voting now. The first one would be the Sanders DOD audit. And I think there was no opposition to that one, so we'll voice vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That one passes.